What is going on, everyone? It is me, Nautza here, and we are back with some more Dokkan battle. So, just to recap, the Dokkan Festival next on GB has been confirmed to be Z Bardock. So, Bardock from the Father of Goku TV special. We should basically, again, expect this Dokkan Fest. Actually, so, I think on the 31st. So, to explain, we're going to get the details at 1 a.m. Pacific time on the 27th. The data download should be later that day. Usually the unit would drop like the kind of like 2 days after ish on the 29th at 1 a.m. Pacific time. But you have to keep in mind in Japan, in Japan it'll be basically Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, right? The unit will actually drop then because they don't drop banners on the weekend. They schedule stuff out and stuff. I mean, it's possible he drops on the 29th still, but they don't usually drop banners on the weekend. So it's possible he just drops on the 31st. They could maybe schedule the banner out to be the 29th. We're not exactly sure how they're going to do things, but for sure between the 29th and at most the 31st should be when we see this Bardock to come out. Another thing is that the sales do end at the end of the day on the 29th. So essentially this would be when the banner would drop would be what, 5 p.m. on the 29th in Japan time. And that would be a couple of hours before the sales are currently scheduled to end. Since they haven't updated the sales yet, I would expect that it would drop at probably on the 30th or 31st, right? It would just make the most sense to me that it drops on the 30th or 31st because of how the sales are as well. And again, they don't drop on the weekend, but I just went on a whole ramble to my bad. This is supposed to be a concept video, so I did make a concept for a Dokkan Festival Bardock here, and sorry to fix something real quick. We will be talking about what exactly I chose for his, info and stuff like that. So let's hop right into it. So Dokkan Festival Bardock concept. I made him in type. I mean, if we take a look at, is there a first bottle? I have Ginyu, right? I mean, I was kind of based him a little bit off Captain Ginyu, right? It's a similar thing. I hope that they do. But if we take a look here, the last AGL Dokkan Fest, obviously Gamma 1. Tech for Superclass was Pan. And you could technically argue Carnival Goku, right? Int was the resurrection of Blues, and then Int Vegeta, Gamma 1, and then Kid Goku. So we haven't had an Int TUR Dokkan Fest since May, right? May is when these guys came out. Yeah, well, technically June, right? But you guys get the point. I think that this is where we're gonna get another Int Dokkan Festival. I could see him as an Int typing, so that's why I chose Int. He could technically be any typing though. I just feel like Int is the most likely if you're going by how long has it been since we got an Int character, right? So space traveling warriors are pure Saiyans, key 3, then 170% to stats, then an additional 30% HP attacking defense characters who are in low class warrior, bond, a parent, and child. I guess I should have brought this up as well, the categories, right? So if we look at the 200% leader skill, right, let's say again pure Saiyans, and then I picked space traveling warriors here. So we'll do that. Then let's look at bond, a parent, and child first. That's just gonna be an easy one to see. I mean, we're gonna have tons and tons of options here. I mean, whenever it loads through, you see it's taking a while to load because there's gonna be tons of options, right? But this would be a really good leader skill. We don't have a good space traveling warriors lead yet. I mean, we looked at this guy, right? And to be fair, a lot of these teams don't have really a good leader. But I think space traveling warriors would be best right here because we're getting a lot of space traveling warriors units. And, Esther Bojack is very, very old at this point. So, I mean, well, he's already 2 years old, right? So that's kind of crazy actually thinking about it. Did it load? Yeah. So, I mean, look at the roster of 200% units. This would be insane. Basically just Goku's, Vegeta's, Bardock's, Pan's as well would be on this team because Pan is on Space Traveling Warrior. I guess Gohan's wouldn't be on the team, but I mean, it's supposed to really be the Bardock and Goku is my idea for the leader skill, right? And then for obviously we have the other category boost, which is low class warrior. That's just to make sure all the Team Bardock units are in the 200% as well. I mean, I could have just only done, what's it called, Team Bardock, but getting low class warriors is just a larger category boost. And then you'd be able to get like Turles on there. You can get, I guess, Raditz on there, right? Raditz is his son still, because Raditz isn't on, obviously, parent-child bond. Which is funny because Bardock's on Bond and Parent Child, so Bardock just hates Raditz and loves Goku. That's what it is. But yeah, Turles would get on there, which could be interesting, at least for the future. And just all the Team Bardock members would be under the 200%. That's just basically the idea for the leader skill. Getting Goku's and Team Bardock under there, and then everything else is just a plus on top of that, right? So obviously it would be a very, very powerful leader skill and would probably be one of the best leads right now. Pure Saiyans needs a new leader. I think Bardock would be a perfect Pure Saiyans leader, in my opinion. So, super attack effect. I give him 50% attack and defense for the turn, causes immense damage, and seals super attack. I mean, we know Bardock says all the time seal super attack. This guy seals. We have this STR Bardock that seals, right? Just Bardock's, I don't even know. This is like, it's basically most Bardocks in the game. Does this guy seal? He doesn't seal, but you get the point, right? A lot of Bardocks do seal, so giving him sealing mechanic is great. And obviously, 50% attack and defense raise is fine. I mean, they could make him stack defense, right? It's very, very possible that he could stack defense as well. But I wouldn't, I don't know. I feel like they haven't really been giving defense stacking to many units, right? I mean, we had Carnival Goku, and then, like, in the past 3 months, like, Vegeta and Trunks, Carnival Goku, and then I'm not sure what other Dokkanfest. Like, has a Dokkanfest TR this year even stacked defense besides Ginyu? I don't think so. So they haven't really been giving that out often. I feel like I see Bardock more as like a, how do I explain? It's not, I mean, Age of Bardock stacks defense, right? But I don't know. I feel like they would do something like this over stacking defense. They could, you know, it's just a concept, but yeah, that's my opinion. So, I mean, in terms of what the concept is, giving him a stacking defense would make him busted, but he's already really good, I'd say. Passive skill. Activates the entrance animation once only, reveals enemy super attack location for the rest of the battle when there's a space traveling warriors category ally, or a character whose name includes Goku is on the team. That's not going to be difficult at all, because this is going to basically include all the Team Bardock category, you know, units. And then this is going to have, of course, just, you know, any Goku on the team. He's leading Pure Saiyans. Goku is going to be like all of his teams, right? There's Goku here. Space Traveling Warriors here. There's Goku's on every other team, though. And then again, Team Bardock. Yeah, so, I mean, Team Bardock, again, they're actually all on here as well. There's Goku on every single team that he's on. Or Team Bardock members, so that's going to be obviously very easy to get. Attack and defense plus 180%. It reduces damage received by 40%. Plus an additional 50% attack and defense for 5 turns after he receives an attack. Actually, I'll make this thematic. We'll make this 59%. Yeah, we'll make it 59% for the Goku, right? If you guys get it. Okay, I've been thinking about that. It's perfect, right? Performs up to 2 additional attacks, each of which has a high chance to become a super attack with each existing enemy on the field. So how that's going to work is that's going to be where he, let's say you're facing one enemy, he'll only do 1 additional attack with the high chance to be super. If he's facing 2 enemies or more, he does get the 2 additional attacks, right? So that's more so of like a super battle road situation where he can possibly kill multiple enemies, and that could end up being really, really good, I think. So that's definitely more of a super battle road ability, but I think it could be really nice to see. And, you know, let's say you kill one enemy with a super attack, and then you get another one, and then you seal the other one, right? Stuff like that I think could be really useful. Alright, so next, he gives low class warrior category allies key 2 and then attacking defense plus 18%. Then he gives an additional 18% attacking defense when attacking. So that is a multiplicative buff. It's only 2 low class warrior category allies though. I was thinking maybe I could make this Pure Saiyans to include, you know, all Gokus as well. But I just feel like that's just too much. I mean, I guess we could do low class warrior category allies or Goku allies, but that's also probably a bit too much because you have to keep in mind this is going to be a multiplicative buff. So the reason why I made it this strong with the multiplicative buff is because this guy is probably going to be your slot 1 unit on the team. And when he attacks, he's going to be providing that support. It's going to be very, very good, right? I mean, we know how good that foster support could be. This is a little more expansive, though. It'll help Kid Goku's, right? Any Kid Goku on the team. Like, think of Dokkanfest Kid Goku as a floater in this team, right? He's going to be on the 200%. He'll get the 8% damage reduction. And then he's also going to be gaining this attack and defense buff right there to make up for the fact maybe he doesn't have, like, again, all the family and stuff like that. That could be a really, really good situation. So That's kind of like the thought process in mind, right? I didn't want to make it too good, but it's obviously still going to be a very powerful ability. Plus, again, he has a Scouter. He gets this large multiplicative buff with damage reduction. He's greatly raising attack and defense. He's just going to be really good. And there's more, obviously. His active skill can be activated from the 4th turn from the start of battle, or when there's an ally whose name includes Tora is on the team. So, again, just 4th turn no matter what. Or, again, you turn 1 to 3 if there's Tora on the team, which, I mean, obviously, it's the bandana situation. So, they call it Traitorous Warrior in Legend, so that's why I stole the name for him. Costume changes to Traitorous Warrior, recovers 30% HP, and then gains an additional 18% damage reduction for the rest of the battle. So, obviously, that is to, you know, Saiyajin, right? Saiyajin, right? I said that really weird, God, I'm sorry. But you guys saying, right? 318. So, he would get 58% damage reduction and recover 30% HP mid-battle. That is going to be that would be like a super stupid good effect, right? It would be quite nasty with that effect, especially if he does have this up. And, you know, unless you get unlucky, you're going to have this, you know, not only for a very long time, you'll be able to see where the super attack is as well. So you can kind of put him where the super attack is with this full damage reduction. And he's going to be looking really, really good. Keep in mind that it's for the rest of battle. So that means that even when he's not on rotation, he's still going to have the Scouter ability. So that's going to be obviously very powerful. Active skill 2. This is going to be an attack. It's used after the costume change at any time you want. Massively raises attack for the turn, causes immense damage, and then performs guaranteed crits for 3 turns. Which is obviously an ability we haven't seen anyone do before, where he not only performs guaranteed crits on that turn, but on the following turn, given you keep him on rotation. That would be, again, a super, super strong effect to give. And it'll allow you, in case, you know, you don't finish that boss up particularly on that phase, when you come back around, you'll still have the firepower to help do that on the following phase. I think that could be really, really good. Or maybe so that you still, like, let's say you have to use the active skill on a phase before the final phase, like something that's like, you know, AoE Broly, where you're like, oh no, my items ran out or something, and you can't double waste anymore, or you want to save your items, you can use the active skill and still feel the critical hits in the next phase, the final phase, which could be quite, you know, strong. You guys get my point with that, right? I mean, the main thing here would probably be the crits or even the attack, because this guy's not stacking attack or anything, so it's not like he would do like the most damage on this active skill. It would definitely be the guaranteed crits for the 3 turns, and that'd be really strong, obviously. Links, just generic links, right? I tried to say general, and then I changed to generic, and it just sounded weird, but just generic. I did it again. What's wrong with me? Generic links for Bardock units. So, I mean, if you take a look at this guy, he's going to share basically the same link set, except obviously he doesn't have legendary power. So I looked at some of the other Bardocks. This guy has, where is it? Experienced fighters right there. I looked at the Dragon Ball Super Bardock as well. Oh, I'm thinking, do I have Bardock Disambiguation? Yeah, Bardock Disambiguation. We have this Bardock right here. Yeah, it's Cold Judgment. I so bad wanted to get Cold Judgment, but that's only for the Super Bardock. Z Bardocks don't have Cold Judgment. They usually would have like experienced fighters there, so that's the only unfortunate thing. Obviously, he'd be on all these teams, the same teams as the physical art Bardock, because it's going to be the same moment, right? That's exactly what it's going to be, the same exact moment, so that's going to be really cool. But that is basically it for this concept. Again, I designed them with like these Bardocks in mind, Ginyu in mind. I make sure to give him a Scouter and stuff like that. And, you know, obviously with like, you know, the theme with Saiyans, Goku's, right? Hopefully they give this guy like a lot of buffs and help, like with the Ginyu Force. So if we got like a Borgos and Shugesh, Tora and Fasha, that could be really good. It could help this guy with this, because like the only good Tora we have right now is the tech one. But at this point, that tech Tora, he's not really like, he's a defense stacking unit, so he'll be solid, but he's not really like, you know, that great. He's not like anything like, oh my god, he's so good, right? It's just been a while. I mean, if they do give this guy Cold Judgment, then he would give this Link to Tora, which could be quite good. Actually, yeah, because if they give this guy Cold Judgment, they give like a dual unit of him and like Fasha Cold Judgment, and then this guy gets it, that could be really good for the team, right? 20% defense is a lot, right? That would be very, very powerful. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of the concept. I think I made him pretty good, but I think I've watched to the end. We're going to get Bardock's details. Should be tonight, but who knows? Maybe they wait. Dokkan is kind of weird. And of course, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out.